Hello and welcome to another Tabletop Games Blog Saturday review. I could hear the screeching tyres and gunshots coming from video game machines, melodic sounds of food machines and some general hubbub of laughter, talking and other noise. I was standing at one end of the air hockey table, with my opponent on the other side. Yet, even though it felt like we were at some sort of amusement arcade, we were both at home and had left the house. We were just about to play a game of Klask. I know you're probably thinking that I'm stretching the meaning of tabletop game, but as Klask clearly sits on top of the table and it's a game, I think it fits perfectly. It's a wonderful game of fast reflexes, a good eye and just having lots of fun. If you have ever played air hockey, then you will immediately understand how Klask works. The aim of the game is to use your striker to maneuver a little ball into the opponent's goal, which is a small circular indentation at the end of the table. It's not quite that easy though, as there are many ways to lose yourself if you get anywhere near scoring yourself. If you ever lose control of your striker, or when your striker ends up in your own goal circle, or when you pick up 2 of the 3 small biscuits, as the white obstacles are called in the game, your opponent scores instead. Also, you have a magnetic peg that you hold underneath the table, and that controls the plastic striker on top of the table. If you're too forceful, the striker can easily come off and fly across the table, losing you 1 point. Also, because the biscuits are magnetic too, they can easily be picked up by your striker. It's really quite difficult to do it right and try and score a goal while avoiding losing a point yourself. In fact, a good strategy to score is nudging the biscuits into your opponent's half of the table, making it harder for them to maneuver and making it more likely that they pick up 2 biscuits and lose a point. Now I said that Klask is about having fun, and of course it is, but there are a lot of people who do take it very seriously, with competitions being held in many countries around the world. Yet when I played with my wife and daughter, we quickly decided to just enjoy it and not take it too seriously. There is one thing we decided to change though. The plastic ball that you're supposed to use is just not practical. Unless you have a completely level table, the ball constantly rolls away, making it very hard to play the game. So we decided to replace it with a £1 coin, which functions more like a puck. It's a good size and weight, and it slides nicely across the smooth surface, so it's a perfect replacement for casual play. Other than that, Klask is a really high quality product. The table is heavy and sturdy, with nice rubber feet that keep it in place as you play. The magnets are amazingly strong and everything feels really good. It's definitely worth the money if you want to experience air hockey at home without having to buy a full-size table. Klask is small enough to fit onto any kitchen table or even coffee table. I don't think there's much else to say about the game. It's a lot of fun, and the closer you get to feeling like you've gone to your local amusement arcade without actually leaving the house. Thank you for listening to this Tabletop Games Blog Saturday review podcast. Please check the description below for links mentioned in this episode, as well as to the written version of this article on the blog. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, give us some stars or leave a review. Please also tell your friends about me, and if you want to offer financial support, check out my Patreon and Ko-fi pages, links to which you'll find in the blog at tabletopgamesblog.com. So thank you again for listening, and I hope to see you again soon. This podcast was made possible by the generous help of my Patreon supporters. Royal Patron Sean Newman, Magic Champion Zeb Hicks, Castle Guards David Miller and James Naylor, Dice Masters Alex Bardi, Paul Grogan and Robin Kay, and Shining Lights Gavin Jones, Sarah Reed, Richard Simpson and Tim Vernick.